Hi, good evening. So today I'm going to be talking, this is for first-time buyers or people who want to own one day. And I get a lot of clients asking, what do lenders really want? And this is what this is about. You will be getting a freebie if you stay to the end. I'll tell you how you can get that. And I will be talking about the best way that you can get mortgage ready. I will be providing a get mortgage ready cheat sheet and checklist, and I'll be talking about deposit, credit, and what buyers really, sorry, what lenders really want. So stick around to the end and you will get a surprise. So who am I? My name is Manda and I call myself the mortgage coach. I did buy myself in my 20s, so I've got that experience. But in 2020, I retrained from being an accountant and became a mortgage advisor. And I also do financial coaching. So that's why I call myself the mortgage coach, because I combine financial coaching with mortgage advice. And today, without further ado, I'll start talking through the areas. So let's have a look at these slides. I'm going to quickly share my screen and then we will go from there. Okay, great. So first, right, so most first-time buyers, they actually do think that it's all about saving the deposit, then checking house prices. So that might be Zoopla, it might be on the market, it might be Rightmove, and then talking to a mortgage advisor. But that's not what lenders are looking for. That's not what lenders want to see. And if you want to get the best likelihood of getting your mortgage application through, it really is important to know exactly what lenders want as opposed to what you think the process is. So there are three main areas when it comes to what the lenders are expecting. So you've got deposit readiness, you've got credit readiness, and then you've got the buying and the mortgage process, and also lender readiness. So missing one of them, you can have delays. I've had clients who've had declines, and the whole thing can end up being really stressful. So what do I mean by deposit readiness? So you need to know your deposit number. Now, I've spoke a lot about this over the past few videos, so check those out. But basically, you need to understand what your deposit number is. Now, the whole point of the cheat sheet and the checklist is for you to be able to answer these important questions and know, do you know these things? And if not, do you need to know? So I'm saying that you do need to know your deposit number. Now, what does that mean to you? Um, you also need to know what your saving strategy is. Everybody has got like a target of what their goal is, but have you actually got a strategy? Do you understand where your deposit comes from a legal standpoint? So what I mean by that is when they actually, so it's called an audit trail. And what lenders do is they look into where the deposit has come from. So do you know where the deposit has come from? If an underwriter asks you these questions, would you know? Do you know what an underwriter is? So this is a really good checklist to sort of it's not to make you feel bad, it's just meant to highlight areas that you may or may not know. So when it comes to credit, everybody focuses on either their credit score or whether they've got bad credit or not. Now, lenders are interested in more than just your credit score. So when you actually get your report, and I always recommend doing check my file, when you actually get your report, it's all about understanding it. And then from then you can know what the lender cares about and what they would ignore by understanding it. And then you can avoid all of those red flags. So look at your report and do you understand what the areas are, what the detail is? And what the difference is between the three agencies and what gets reported and doesn't get reported. It's a lot of information, and they actually look at the detailed transaction level. They don't look at the score, they don't look at the color coding. At the end of the day, it isn't all about whether you have got a good credit score or a bad credit score. It's about the information on the credit. Other things that you need to be aware are things like credit utilization, debt to income ratio. They all come under the same area of credit as far as a lender's concerned. Do you know about all of this? The next element is the buying process. So I've had clients in the past that have done things out of order, and they've actually delayed things. It's gone as far with one client that a mortgage offer got pulled because they didn't do things in the right order. Do you know what the right order is? When you're told what you can borrow, do you understand how it's different from what you can afford? When you're actually looking at what you can afford and what you can borrow, do you know what the differences are, and do you know why they're important? When it comes to timing, do you know how timing can affect things when it comes to, I'll give you a hint here, when it comes to how long you've been saving a deposit, or how long you've been working in a job, or how many years of accounts you've got. All of this matters to lenders. They like to see a certain history, and they like to see a certain time length. Do you understand that and how it works? So when you go through the checklist, you'll tick and be honest, because it really is just for you. And it's not a sign that you're behind. And as far as I'm concerned, you're just at the early stages. Anyone who's watching this video, I'm assuming, is a first time buyer or would like to buy a property one day, and maybe is 12, 24, 36 months away from owning their own property. This is the perfect time to look at the checklist, because then you know where the gaps are and you know what you need to work on. So I'm going to put it in the pinned comments, and it's also going to be in my bio, how you can get hold of this checklist, and you can do it yourself. And again, you can always contact me if you have any questions. Thank you for your time, and Happy New Year.